Hi guys, welcome to week 16. 16 days or 16 weeks, I'm sorry. 16 weeks in one day. I wanted to do a quick update. I have not had time to update and I apologize. I'm trying really hard to do these updates and they're just not happening. So I'm at work. It's way early in the morning, but I thought I would try and do this really quick before the chaos begins at school. So because it's been kind of a eventful week pregnancy-wise. I guess I'll start with this past weekend. This past weekend, I took my 3-year-old, 2.5-year-old, to Los Angeles for a trip to visit some family. And my husband did not go with us. He had to go to a wedding. He was invited to a friend's wedding in California. We couldn't afford for all 3 of us to go, so we decided to send him. And then his family offered to pay for my son and I to come out to California, Los Angeles, to visit them for the weekend. So it was very nice. But when we got there, my son, the second night we were there, when he was sleeping, he was wheezing, and he's never done that before. And he was kind of coughing, and it sounded like croup, which he's never had before either. So I was up most of the night with him. He was asleep, but I was not. And I was just listening to him breathe, and I started getting so freaked out. And then all of a sudden, at like 2 in the morning, he woke up coughing, and he just, like, couldn't breathe. He was wheezing and that awful croup, barking cough type thing. And he woke up most of the people in the house by coughing. So I ran out of our bedroom with him, and some of the family was out there already because they had heard him, and so we put him in the bathroom and we turned on the steam and calmed him down a little bit. And he went back to sleep, but I was up all night totally terrified that he was not going to be able to breathe. Like, I just kept, and I was so lonely. Like, I didn't have my husband with me. So I just was like sobbing all night trying to make sure that he's okay. And so the next morning we got up and took him to the emergency room, and they gave him a steroid shot so that he could breathe. So the weekend turned into a very traumatic weekend for me. I tried to hold it together the rest of the weekend, and then as soon as I got to the airport, my husband was there to pick us up. I just like fell apart. So because it was so traumatic for me, I didn't realize how traumatic. On Monday, I woke up feeling like I was going to have a panic attack. And I don't know if you guys have watched previous videos that I've made. I started getting panic attacks when I was like a year postpartum. So I think it has to do with postpartum depression, because I did have postpartum depression as well. And so I have been having them frequently, but I hadn't had one since I got pregnant. So I was very, optimistic. But sure enough, Monday morning, I had one. It lasted most of the day. And I don't know if people out there have had them before, but I thought they were temporary. You're just upset, you gotta calm down. And it's so much different than that. It's a whole body physical reaction that you can't control. And it lasted from like 9 o'clock in the morning till about 12:30. And then once it started to calm down, like I was having, my heart was racing, I was dizzy, I was nauseous, I was sweaty, my whole body ached, and I was teaching. So I had to pretend it wasn't happening, so that was even worse. So it was awful, but once it started to go away, I was like, oh God, thank God, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. And then within an hour of it going away, I started having really bad menstrual cramping feelings and then really bad back pain. And the kind of back pain that just triggered my memory to labor. It was really awful. I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand, I could hardly talk. So thank God school was almost over. I called the doctor and I told her what was going on, and she said, let's just come in and let's check and see how everything's doing. So I did. I rushed over to the doctor. My husband met me there, and I was so worried that the panic attack had affected the baby. I was so afraid. So we got there and they did the heartbeat, and it took her a while to find it, and I was starting to freak out, and I started crying again, and as soon as I heard it, I can't even tell you what that feeling is just knowing that everything was okay. So my husband was just like, thank you. So it was good. It was really good to go to the doctor. I'm glad we went. So that was that. She prescribed me some Zoloft to take to control the anxiety. I'm still a little hesitant. I haven't started taking it. I don't know that I will, just because I'm just not comfortable with it. So I'm going to wait and see how I do. If I have more panic attacks, like if this has triggered numerous panic attacks, then maybe I will take it. But I don't know yet. So, and then, yesterday was Wednesday, so 2 days later, I actually decided to take the day off. I was like, screw this. I can't push myself this much. So took the day off, kept my son home with me. We just had a fun little powwow day. And then yesterday afternoon, we had our 16-week doctor's appointment. So we actually got to see the doctor for the first time. And we went in, and she was so awesome. And she said, well, I think that we should just do an ultrasound for fun. And I was like, yes, please. That would be so awesome. So we did an ultrasound, and we were trying to find the gender of the baby. And at first we were looking, and she's like, I have a hard time finding the gender this early, but let's just try. So we were looking, and she kept saying, oh, I think I see something. Maybe that might be a boy. I don't know. That might be the umbilical cord. Wait, and she just didn't know. And then at the end, she was like, oh, no, now I think I see girl. I don't know. I might have to change my vote to girl, but I don't know. And that's how we left it. How frustrating is that? All three of us looking at the screen could not figure out if it was a boy or girl. So my husband and I were just so frustrated because we thought for sure we would know yesterday, but couldn't figure it out. But the baby looked great, moving around. Everything was really good. I talked to her about the Zoloft, and she said the same thing. She said it's not going to affect the baby. It's fine, but do whatever I'm comfortable with. So I'll probably just hold off. And what else? So I left the appointment feeling very bummed that we didn't know the gender. I couldn't believe that had happened. I did not expect that. I thought for sure we would find out if we looked. So I went home, and I was like so bummed out. So I got online, and I looked up the 3D ultrasound place that we went to with my son. And I know it's early because we'll only be like 17 weeks when we go. But I was like, I gotta know. I want to know. So I set up a 3D ultrasound for this Saturday night, and it's in the evening, and my family's going to come, and I'm so excited because we're all going to be there. And hopefully we'll find out the gender. I'm sure we will. They have to. So so that's what we're going to do on Saturday night. So I'm really excited. So I'll update again after we do that because that's just going to be awesome. And then I scheduled my 20-week anatomy scan. It's actually going to be at 21 weeks on October 5th. So there'll be more pictures from that as well. So that'll be awesome. So yeah, I think other than that, everything is good. Everything's awesome. I'm feeling good. My only complaint right now is I'm having really bad sciatic back pain, but honestly, that's to be expected. I knew that was coming, so just using the heating pad and Tylenol if I need it. So otherwise, I feel really good. Aside from that stupid panic attack, I feel really good. So, and I can feel the baby moving. That's cool. Not from the outside yet, but on the inside. So I think that's it. But really quick, I wanted to show you a picture that they gave me yesterday. See if I can get it in there. So that's the baby's head looking down right there. And his back is up at the top of there. And honestly, that's the best picture that she got. So it'll be good to go get the 3D one done because those will be awesome pictures. And then real quick, I'll show you my belly for 16 weeks. Weeks. It's starting to pop out quite a bit. Okay, guys. Alright, that's it, and I got it done before school starts. It's awesome. Okay, but I will be updating again this weekend for sure, and then I'll give you my 17-week update next week. So, alright, thanks for watching, guys. Bye!